And now, his view, an editorial opinion by Bill Martin.
We often say that our local municipal government is the most accountable. But is it? We talk about the federal government with its offices and contacts in Ottawa, and in the same way we talk about the provincial government way down the highway in Halifax. We liken the distance of travel to accountability, and the municipal councillor, well, right here in the neighborhood. In fact, we often remind the sitting member with an ominous, "We know where you live." But in truth, we're talking about accessibility, not accountability. Accountability is a whole nother thing, a far more important thing. We count on the people we elect to do the right thing. We expect the members of the opposition to cry foul when needed. We don't have opposition members at the local level, so we expect the body of councillors will hold the others to the true and just path. The theory there is that it would take most of them, possibly all of them, to conspire against us. We used to have a safeguard in the media. Reporters were always regarded as the backstop. Reporters were the opposition whenever the elected opposition was weak. But true reporters are rare these days. The media has been decimated, replaced with so-called direct access through social media. In fact, many governments have hired former reporters to tell their government stories, taking advantage of the trust and experience that those reporters have developed over the years. But those reporters are not reporters anymore. They don't work for the public. They work for the newsmakers. They are expected to tell us what the masters want. They are not there to hold the government accountable. Sadly, too many people have lost faith in government at all levels. People seem resigned to the fact that our governments will do whatever they want. I am reminded of the old saying, "You can't fight City Hall." Sadly, many have stopped voting. They quit caring. They simply gave up. And that reminds me of another old saying, "We get the kind of government we deserve." Now, as one of those old reporters, I say this with great regret and with growing fear. When we leave our governments to do whatever they want, it never ends well. Let me repeat that. It never ends well. In fact, it quite often ends in dire abuse, tyranny, and eventually in war. Yes, war. When our democracy is abused, we can only take so much, and then we're willing to fight for it. That's what the people of Ukraine are doing. They are fighting for their rights, for their freedom. That's what the people did in World War I and World War II. They were fighting for their democratic rights. They were fighting for their freedom, a freedom they squandered by not caring enough when they had it. You see, we can either care for our freedom each and every day, or we can wait until it is taken away from us and then go to war to get it back. Like democracy itself, you are free to choose. You are free to care. And if you don't, well, I think I've made my point. At least, that's my view. I'm Bill Martin.